You have a cat. It ignores you. It knocks things off shelves. It stares at walls for no reason. It wakes you up at 3 a.m. by sitting on your face. And yet, somehow, an entire civilization decided this animal was divine. Not just useful, not just liked, divine. Worthy of temples, worthy of mummification, worthy of a goddess built entirely in its image. And if you killed one, accidentally or on purpose, you could be executed for it. So how did we get here? How did the most indifferent animal on the planet become the most sacred animal in one of the most powerful civilizations in human history?
The answer starts not with religion. It starts with grain. Ancient Egypt was built on the Nile. Every year, the Nile flooded, depositing rich soil. And in that soil, Egyptians grew grain. Grain was everything. It was food, it was currency, it was the foundation of the entire economy. And grain attracts rats, and rats attract snakes. Cobras, specifically, the most dangerous snake in Egypt, were drawn to the grain stores and the rodents that lived in them. For thousands of years, Egyptians had no reliable solution to this problem, until cats arrived.
Nobody knows exactly when cats first came to Egypt. The earliest evidence dates to around 4,000 years ago, though some researchers believe the relationship began even earlier. What we know is that cats were not brought to Egypt. They came themselves. Wild cats from the surrounding deserts followed the rodent populations into Egyptian settlements, and the Egyptians noticed immediately what these animals were doing. A single cat could kill dozens of rats in a night. More importantly, cats would actively hunt and kill cobras, not avoid them, hunt them. An animal that would voluntarily fight a cobra on behalf of your household was not just useful, it was miraculous. The Egyptians began encouraging cats to stay. They left food out, they built shelters. The cats, being cats, accepted this arrangement entirely on their own terms. Over generations, the wild cat became the domestic cat, not through human breeding programs, but through a mutual negotiation in which the cats decided how close they were willing to come, and the Egyptians decided that whatever the cats wanted was fine. But here is the part that changes everything. In 1500 BC, an Egyptian watching a cat fight a cobra at night was not watching pest control. They were watching something they could not fully explain. The cat moved in the dark when humans could not see. It fought creatures that killed gods in Egyptian mythology. The cobra, the uraeus, was a symbol of pharaonic power, and the cat defeated it without flinching. In Egyptian cosmology, the sun god Ra took the form of a cat every night to battle Apep, the serpent of chaos, and keep the sun moving through the underworld until dawn.
The cat was not just protecting the grain, it was protecting the cosmic order. By 950 BC, the goddess Bastet had fully transformed. She began as Bast, a fierce lioness warrior goddess protecting the pharaoh. Over centuries, she became a domestic cat goddess, protector of home, women, children, and fertility. Her cult center at Bubastis became one of the most visited temples in Egypt. The Greek historian Herodotus visited in 450 BC and reported that the annual festival of Bastet drew more than 700,000 visitors, more than any other Egyptian festival. People came by boat, singing, playing instruments, making offerings. It was the largest annual celebration in the ancient world.
And when a household cat died, the family went into formal mourning. They shaved their eyebrows, a sign of grief so significant that Herodotus recorded it as one of the stranger customs he observed in his travels. The cat was then taken to be mummified, not buried in the yard, mummified, preserved for the afterlife with the same care given to humans. Archaeologists have found cat cemeteries containing hundreds of thousands of mummified cats. At one site alone, the remains of 80,000 cats were discovered. Some were buried with tiny mummified mice beside them, so they would have something to hunt in the afterlife.
Now here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. In 60 BC, a Roman soldier accidentally killed a cat in Egypt. Not on purpose, accidentally. The mob that gathered executed him on the spot. The pharaoh, Ptolemy XII, sent officials to intervene. They were too late. The Roman government formally protested. It changed nothing. The people of Egypt had made their judgment, and the life of a Roman soldier was simply worth less than the life of a cat. Pharaoh could not stop it even if he wanted to, which tells you something about how deep this ran. This was not government religion handed down from above. This was something the people believed completely and personally, the kind of belief that moves faster than official authority.
The Persian king Cambyses II understood this perfectly. In 525 BC, when he invaded Egypt, he allegedly ordered his soldiers to paint cats on their shields and drive herds of cats in front of the advancing army. The Egyptians, according to ancient sources, surrendered rather than risk harming a cat in battle. An entire army laid down their weapons because of cats. Whether the story is literally true or exaggerated, the fact that it was told and believed says everything about what cats meant to Egypt.
So, the next time your cat knocks something off a shelf and stares at you while doing it, remember that for 3,000 years, that behavior was considered divine. The indifference was not a flaw. It was proof that the cat answered to something higher than you. And honestly, watching a cat stare at nothing at 3 a.m., in the dark, completely unbothered, completely certain, it is a little hard to argue with them.